Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Bay. Today I'm opening an AEW Red Velvet. Once again, this is a character I am not very familiar with at all. I think she had just made her debut around the time I watched my last episode of AEW. And I don't watch any wrestling now regularly. I will pick up the occasional, I like matches off the indies. I'll watch some stuff off of Title Match every now and then when I'm in the mood, but just not in the mood to get really locked into a serious viewing hobby, I guess. I do still try and pick up some of the newer figures of stuff that I haven't seen or I'm less familiar with sometimes, just because. Pop that over there. And I know AEW's been trying to fill out their women's roster and kind of get something going with that more. I think one of the last I watched, he had a rising star in Britt Baker, but you know, I haven't seen much since then, so I don't really know what all is going on. I know I've picked up a few of their figures of, I just recently picked up Penelope Ford, who I was very familiar with, but not near as familiar with Red Velvet here. In fact, like I said, I think I have only seen her wrestle maybe once or twice, probably on an episode of Dark. Looks like they give us 2 extra hands. They are the fighting hands. That's nice, the punching hands. And it looks like they've done a really nice job with this figure. Again, AEW always... Well, that was weird. While I was trying to bend this elbow, I had bumped the camera and knocked it out somehow, turned it off. Anyway, like I was saying, she's got double jointed elbows, which look pretty good. I'll leave that up to you. Some people think they look great. Some are like me. I don't really care either way. You know, all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this figure. She looks great. I kind of wish I was more, you know, I say that. I'm not really wishing I was really involved with watching it that much more. I still think the figures and the characters are amazing. I love watching the show when I can. I'm just not looking to get tied into one of those weekly have-to-watch scenarios, and I'm not there right now. I do appreciate it whenever they add more people to their lineups, and most of the time with AEW, it's women, it's from the women's division, and it's people that have never had figures before, and so I try to be supportive. Plus, I do love women's wrestling. I can't even remember where I was left off in the last video. But one thing I did want to add that I just noticed this the last time I did a video with the Penelope Ford figure, and maybe anybody else has noticed this too. I give these AEW figures a little bit of a rough time, just because their plastic color looks a little dark sometimes, a little bit dingy, and they're not quite as bright. They do have a few issues and their likenesses are generally not quite as good. However, I have noticed this, and I do appreciate this. When you get their women's division figures and stuff, they seem to be more shaped like they originally are. You don't have a generic body mold to these. It seems like all of their dimensions are more specific to each figure. And I would say much more realistic in shape and contour and design. And so just a little thing I noticed, and a little hats off to there. I'm looking, of course, at the butts. The butts look more realistic than the WWE figure butts. And everybody looks just more modest in their size. And so I just wanted to point that out, and I appreciate that. Overall, for just a gorgeous wrestling figure, I think this one's fantastic. I can't do anything but recommend it at this point, because it was a good deal. It's a beautiful figure. What more can you say? Makes me think I should watch more wrestling. Anyway, catch you guys later. That's my story.